out this video. This is going to be my official co-stream of the State of Play 007 First Light gameplay deep dive. Now, if you're watching this later, you can clearly see, skip ahead 30 minutes so you can watch it. It's going to be 30 minutes of gameplay, so I'm excited to see what they do with this. I feel it's going to be like the intersection between like a Hitman and an Uncharted, which I think is why PlayStation wanted to do this as a State of Play. I feel like they think this is going to really appeal to their core audience. So if you are watching this later, make sure you hit subscribe and the bell button so you can be here for the daily talk shows and discussions. I also checked out Chronos, the new Dawn gameplay today. If you want to check that out, it's an hour if you want to get a feel for the first hour of the game. I'm going to end the previous stream where we were doing a waiting room for this event. And I'm going to bring folks over with Redirect. And we do this all the time. If there's a State of Play, if there's a Nintendo Direct, we do lots of different streams and pieces of coverage. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and the bell button is pressed. As you guys come over through Redirect, do me a favor and get that like count up. This is a brand new stream, and we need likes. That is something that seems to be directly helping folks find video. If you want more people to come in here and join us for the day, be sure to hit that like button. Can't like 2 times? Well, thank you. Did Redirect not work for some of you guys? Redirect is working really, really well for like a week, and it's back to being like super inconsistent. So that's why I put the link in chat. Like, just, you know, you can always use that if Redirect is has not been working well. A co-op space adventure called Soulmates, invited to play early later this month. I don't feel like I've seen this game before. Let me get my my Twitch dashboard pulled up here. Soulmates Steam. Have you guys heard of this game? Co-op space adventure. Blast and laugh your way through space with up to 4 friends in this chaotic roguelike co-op. Every run is a new adventure. Oh, I feel like I've seen this game. Yeah, it's kind of like the other one. There was one where you're like managing your ship, and it's just chaos. It's kind of like Overcooked meets like a spaceship management game. You know what I mean? You're in public. Surprised it worked for me today, but yeah, normally it doesn't work. Well, if you guys came over from the Redirect, do me a favor. Hit that like button. It'll help this video. We'll find some more folks. It'll spin it up, and we'll have some people come in and join us for the co-stream to kind of react to whatever it is they've got in store for us. 30 minutes of gameplay from 007 First Light. Infamous remake or sequel is an instant purchase. Infamous games are fire. I've seen a lot of people sort of saying that recently, like wanting games to kind of make some of those games to make a return for sure. Zubair says, I hope it sucks. I don't have time for any more games. Yeah, like, it is a little bit of a weird one. What do you think about Alicia Vikander as Lara Croft? I thought she was fine. I thought she was fine. I thought she embodied the athleticism. I still think at that time I had a hard time getting into her as Lara Croft because Lauren Cohen, again, she is Lara Croft to me. Her face shape, her attractiveness, her strength. I don't know. I can't not see it. Like I was sort of obsessed with her being Lara Croft. I turned the music off. I was sort of obsessed with her being Lara Croft. And here, I'll just pull up an image and show you. And when we didn't get it, I was just like, man, that just seemed like such an easy pick. And again, I thought this when I was watching The Walking Dead. There was just a sequence where she did some stuff. She like killed a zombie or something. Like I can't unsee it. Like that to me is a perfect Lara Croft. Like she has the face, the build. I mean, she's ridiculously attractive. I couldn't get over it. Once I saw that in my mind, like once I saw like, oh, she'd be a perfect Lara Croft, I kind of couldn't get over it. You know, and so I thought Alicia Vikander, however you say her name, I thought she did a fine job. I didn't think the movie was that particularly good either. That wasn't really her fault. She did fine. I was just like, how did we not cast Lauren Cohen in this role? To me, it's, what about Anne Hathaway? No, I don't think Anne Hathaway would work. The voice actress for the newer games was always a popular choice. Forgot her name. Oh. Yeah. Haley Atwell, Haley Atwell is her name. Agent Carter? Yeah. She certainly has the build for it. I think it would be a little, I think it would have been a little on the nose of like the classic Tomb Raider if they would have cast her. They did a pretty good job of not making her bus line the focus of the Mission Impossible movie. I've not watched the latest one, but the first one where she showed up, they did a pretty good job trying to hide that. Like they had her in jackets a lot. Cause it's like, what are you going to do? Like, that's just how she's built. She would be, I think, a perfectly fine Lara Croft, but I think you'd fall into that territory of like, yeah, this is a little bit silly, cartoonish, comic bookish. Like she's just so busty. And I'm obviously not even complaining at one iota about that. So it just, I feel like you could land in a more middle ground with someone like Lauren Cohen, you know? And I feel like that's what they were trying to do with Alicia Vikander. It was like they wanted to go more middle ground, more athletic than like sex symbol. So, and they ended the first movie with her getting the double pistols as kind of like a, hey, they wanted to do more. So, she was pregnant when they filmed Mission Impossible. Even if she wasn't, I still think they were trying to downplay that. Like they were kind of keeping, the girls out of the frame. Cause like there's not much, there's not a whole lot you can do with that, when someone's built that way. And it just kind of becomes the focal point of a character. So, guys, do me a quick favor. If you came over from the redirect, man, smash that like button. Try to get us to our first 100 likes. I appreciate it so much. I always hear pronounce Lara as Laura. Yeah, I don't say Lara Croft. I say Lara Croft. Question for Kronos. Now it's off topic. No, it's fine. But is the shotgun in the first area of the game? I didn't get any other weaponry in the opening section. I had the pistol. I got fuel for the fire thing. I forget what they called it. I got fuel for that, and then a med thing, because you could make the med things. Yeah, I had a good number of those that I used, and I got resources to make more and make ammo if I needed it, but there was no shotgun. Yeah, Tomb Raider in the 90s, she had some pointy. Well, then there were later versions of Tomb Raider where she was absurdly busty, and it was extremely accentuated. And then in the more, modern versions of the game, they definitely downplayed that, which I thought was fine. I don't think that needed to be the focal point anymore. But I mean, I love Haley Atwell. I mean, how can you not? But I definitely think that that would be a little too on the nose with how they used to make Lara Croft look. If First Light doesn't womanize at least 12 women, then it's not a James Bond game. Yeah, I mean, I know that like every game is now a potential battleground for the whole woke thing. Guys, if you're just tuning in, thank you so much for coming in. Maybe you came from redirect, maybe you just got here. We are waiting for the State of Play First Light gameplay deep dive. Make sure you're hitting that like button. We need 30 more likes. I know we've had to ask for likes a lot today, but it's because we're doing multiple streams. We did a gameplay stream, we did a waiting room, and now we're doing the actual co-stream. It's a modern James Bond game, so it'll be 10 chicks and 2 dudes. It's only the old James Bond movies that did the womanizing. To me, again, I don't need to play a James Bond game, right? I don't need to play a 007 game and to be like, yeah, you got to be able to sleep around and be a womanizer. I think you can be an amazing spy. He can be confident. He can be debonair. He can be sexy. He can be charming. We don't need to be like knocking boots and womanizing every other person for it to be 007. Like, I know that's an element of the character, and that's part of his charm, is that he's flirtatious and, and very attractive. But we don't need him to be like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's going to go woke if you can't sleep with a bunch of women. I'm like, get the frick out of here. By the way, thank you, Jay Hart, for 6 months and a member plus. Jay Hart says, guys, hit the like button. And you guys can make my wife play a horror game on Friday night if we hit stretch goal this week. I'm hearing a double standard. I'm not eschewing a double standard. I'm saying they can make him do that in the game if they want. If he's not doing that, if he's not being like a womanizer and sleeping around, I don't think that automatically means it's a woke trash game where they ruined James Bond. Like, he doesn't have to do that in order to be charming, debonair, attractive. He uses that to get information sometimes. He uses that to, get information and stuff like that. But he doesn't. I just, if that becomes another battleground for people like, whoa, yeah, you can't sleep around and be a womanizer. This thing is woke. I'm like, come on. I don't think that's not something I'm looking for in the game. Like I said, I'm looking for the intersection of Hitman and Uncharted, which if they can nail that vibe, I think it'll be a good game. What's wrong with liking women? I didn't say anything was wrong with liking women. You're repackaging the argument, reframing it, and basically straw manning. Womanizing is not liking women. Constantly basically being like every woman you see, you're hitting on and hitting up for a night in the sack. We don't need that. Like, that doesn't need to be a cliche that they deal in the game. So, even the new movies, they toned it down a bit. Yeah, it was more of an action hero. That's right. Isabella Merced teases that she will return as Hot Girl in Man of Tomorrow. She's so good. I really, really hope that season 2 of The Last of Us doesn't hurt her career, because she is fantastic. Maybe they should do a female Bond. I mean, aren't they? Isn't that what they were trying to do with the movies? I don't know if they got bad reactions to that, but I thought they were going to try and do that with the movies. Yeah, I finally saw Superman. Yes, I broke down and I bought it. It was $20 to buy it or $15 to rent it, so I just bought it because I'm like, I know I'll watch it in the future with my kiddos. I liked it. I did not love it. I thought I was going to love it a lot more than I did. I just ended up liking it quite a bit. And mainly because it didn't land with the emotional punch that I thought it was going to land with. I feel like the trailers were far more emotionally impactful on me than the movie ended up being. Which I'm not even complaining or criticizing. I had such a great time with it, but I ended up liking it instead of loving it. So Mr. Terrific stole the show. I thought he was great. $5 super chat from Andy Ackerman. So long as they remember goats cannot. Okay. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Watch it again. I thought it was even better the second time. I don't think I'm going to feel a stronger emotional punch the second time around. So it was fine. I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. I don't have notes. I don't have criticism. I enjoyed it. I don't think it had the emotional punch I was hoping for. Because the trailers and that original John Williams melody, I thought, man, this thing's going to soar. and it ended up being, a little more campy than emotionally heavy. And I was hoping for it to be a little bit more, have that emotional punch. And, it's fine. I wasn't mad. I was just like, oh, that was good. I liked it. Guys, really, really quickly before the show starts, we got 16 minutes. Make sure you've hit the like button. 350 people are here right now. And we have been struggling on the like count today. That makes sense. I dislike Man of Steel and you liked it. Yeah, I thought Man of Steel had bigger emotional punch. There were bigger moments that made you feel a sense of the gravity of how alone he was, the gravity of how big of a role his father played in his life. It was certainly there. It was very much there. They made it crystal clear that his parents were the reason he is a superhero, right? The mythos of Superman is so wonderful for that reason. It really cements the importance of parents, particularly fathers, in the role of a son's life, which I really, really like. But I feel like it ended up feeling like the emotional punch in the moment in the dad scene, it just didn't have the weight and the gravity that I wanted it to have. In Man of Steel, his parents were the reason he wasn't a superhero. No, that's a complete misread of what happens. The reason that he is a superhero is because of his parents. His dad even says, the man that you're going to be is going to change the course of history, right? Like, his dad literally knew, like, you got to grow up to be a good man, because if not, you'll destroy the world. So I thought his parents' role was equally important in Man of Steel, but there was stronger hearts to heart. There was a stronger heart to heart, because the heart to heart where, like, Kevin Costner gets choked up and is like, "Of course you're still my son." Like, the father-son relationship is so poignant and so good in Man of Steel. And I thought, Ma and Pa Kent in Superman was, again, they were a little bit more campy. It was a little bit more, campy is the best word I can use, actually. So I didn't dislike it. I thought it was good. And I just was thinking, from the trailers and the way they used the music, I thought this thing's going to just be banging on the emotional drum, and it's going to feel so nostalgic and good. And it was just a little bit more campy than I expected, which I think is good for Superman. I think they did a good job with that. Like, I've seen some great videos on the, maybe that's the new punk rock, or whatever the line is. I really liked that aspect of it. So, I've not watched Brightburn, no. A VIP renewal from Metallica for 38 months gets us to 188. Thank you so much. I don't see all state of plays or third-party state of plays normal. They've been doing them for a while, yeah. They did a Borderlands state of play. They did a Final Fantasy state of play. Yeah, they've done state of plays for a while that aren't first-party games. Any new Batman movie on the horizon? Yeah, the sequel to the Batman. I think it's targeting 2027. I think they need to flip the Bond script or adapt the character for TV at this point. I think a James Bond TV show could do very, very well. Treat it like they treated the BBC Sherlock show, and like every episode's an hour long and it's almost like a mini movie. Filming for the Batman Part 2 is April. Okay. Yeah, I feel like they're targeting a 2027 release. Yeah. Yeah, I think a series would be great. We need 13 more likes, boys. Let's get that first 100 likes. Thank you guys so much for piling in for a State of Play co-stream. hanging out and watching this. It's going to be 30 minutes of gameplay. Who's the best Bond? I don't know if there's a best. I think people just have favorites, you know? They just have favorites. I grew up with Pierce Brosnan, but I thought Daniel Craig was phenomenal. You know? I noticed your voice gets picked up way more by Zoom than other YouTubers. I have to lower your volume more, and I feel, is your cadence of speaking more like radio? I'm confused. You're saying my voice gets picked up by Zoom more than other YouTubers. I have to lower your volume more, and I feel, is your cadence of speaking more like radio? I feel like when I listen to other people on YouTube, my videos are quieter, and I don't know why. I mean, I fill the volume bar when I'm talking. I don't know why I'm quieter than other YouTube videos. I've never quite understood that. Yes. I think Brosnan portrayed him best, especially GoldenEye. It was the direction that spoiled it for the other films. Yeah, Casino Royale's a really good Bond film. It is. Yes. Very, very much so. YouTube has a problem with really loud ads compared to the average YouTube volume length. No, I mean, like, I watch other YouTubers and I feel like they're louder than me. Your mic could be higher quality, so it's quieter. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe other people are just pushing their volume really, really high, and it gets louder but distorted, and I don't notice because a lot of times I'm watching YouTube through like my iPhone speaker. Amazon wanted to fast track Bond after acquiring the franchise, yet the next Bond film isn't coming out until 2028. So why didn't they tap Nolan to direct? He'll be free after July next year. God, yeah, Nolan on Bond feels like a waste. I want Nolan doing, you know, Tenet type movies and Inception type movies. I don't want him doing a freaking Bond movie. I mean, he'd do a great job. I'm not saying he wouldn't do a great job, but I feel like you're really going to hamstring him in Bond because you'd be, I don't know. Volume on mic is always a little low for my taste. I mean, what I don't understand when somebody says that is, right now when I'm talking, my volume is in the red. So if I made it any louder, it would distort and it would sound bad. Like, it actually is as loud as it could be before those bad things start to happen to the audio quality. I don't have, I mean, I have the ability to make it louder, but it would end up being a poor quality sound. He still makes the best. He would still make the best Bond film, a one and done from him directing Bond. I feel like Lono is usually quieter than other channels that I watch. Yeah, no, I agree. When I watch YouTube and then I land on one of my own videos or one of my own streams, I feel like I'm quieter than other videos. I don't know. You're clipping? Yeah, if I really push it, it'll start to clip. And it shouldn't be, but it'll start to clip if I really, really push my volume of my voice into the mic. I go right to the edge with volume. Nolan has stated he wants to make a Bond film. Well, if he wants to make a Bond film, I would trust him to do an amazing job. I think he would make, like as you say, one of the best Bond movies. But I also think I would love for him to kind of stay in the Inception Tenet lane instead of getting into something that would really, contain him. I have Lono on my TV through my soundbar surround system. Definitely not quiet. If they're picking a new actor for the Bond role, I feel like they should go with someone in their late 30s. I feel like they should go with a no-name at this point. I think they should go with a no-name. There was a time where I thought, Idris Elba I thought would be good, but at this point I say go with a no name. Lono sounds different because our ears are not used to what good audio sounds like on YouTube. YouTube audio is very random. It is. He did incredible with the Batman trilogy. Yeah, he okay. He should have been great, but they wasted too much time. Yeah, by the time they could get to it now, I feel like he'd just be a little bit, maybe just a little too old. Lono has the funniest DC takes. That's very condescending. Thank you. I think no matter who they went with, they'd have to fully reinvent the story. That's what I mean. Just start over and start with a no name. Get a young guy in his 30s, and start over. J Hart trying to summon the 50 bomb. We're gonna need it. You guys are gonna give us Friday night off at this point. We're halfway through the week. Lono didn't like Begins, Rises. No, I think Batman Begins is the most complete Batman movie of that trilogy. So of that trilogy, I think Batman Begins is the most complete. It's the most well-rounded of the three. Everybody loves the second movie because of the Joker. The third movie is utter garbage. Like, Batman Begins is the most well-rounded. It's the most complete, right? His suit's not as good. His suit's better. His cowl especially is better in the second film. But it's the most complete of the three. It does an excellent job just telling the story beginning to end. Yeah, beginning to end, they do a great job with it. Middle movie is really all over the place, but people love it because of the Joker. There's a lot of problems with the middle movie if you actually watch it with a critical eye. And then the third movie is just absolute trash. And 2 singles coming in from Stone Spire. He's like, come on, boys. We haven't had one of these land today. And he's asking for a 10 bomb to 200. Who's going to take it? Who is going to take it? Yeah, I mean, Sophie Turner she's very attractive, and that's a great 6-pack, and she's got some guns, and I wouldn't want to, arm wrestle her, but that doesn't look like Lara Croft to me. You absolutely blow me away saying things like that. A VIP plus from Sorcerer, 51 months. I am baffled at the fact that I get pushback on the takes on the Batman trilogy. It's baffling to me. And a single comes in from Winged Wheel. Thank you so much, Winged Wheel. And a 5-month renewal from Black Dawn over here on Twitch. Thank you so much. I disagree with the second movie, but the third was hot garbage. I love the second movie the most, but it's all over the place, and they turn Christian Bale's version of Bruce Wayne into a stupid, angsty teenager. I think they hurt his character in the second movie. Him being hung up on Rachel is stupid. They shouldn't have recast Rachel. The opening of the second movie should have been her funeral, and the person that took credit for her death should have been the Joker. And I think later in the movie, the Joker should have basically set up a situation that did create Two-Face. They also waste Two-Face. I don't know how you could have such an amazing transformation for Two-Face and literally kill him instantly. What the frick? They made so many odd choices in that movie, and without Heath Ledger, I think people would be more critical. I think people will be way more critical of that movie. Heath Ledger carries that movie on his back. Thank you so much for Craig for renewing 21 months on a gifted member. I don't understand how he died from the fall. The whole mythos of Two-Face is that the reason he survived the burns is because there's something about him. Like, how did he survive? I don't know. He has this incredible pain tolerance. And then he falls down from a ledge and dies. Like, what? They wasted Two-Face. They shouldn't have recast Rachel. They take Bruce Wayne and they turn him into this like lovesick puppy. And I'm telling you, if you watch it with a critical eye, I'm telling you, without Heath Ledger, that movie is super all over the place. The first Batman Begins, is a far more complete package. You get a great origin story, you get a great villain, you get a great performance. His version of Bruce Wayne is so excellent in the first movie. And then it's all over the place in the second movie. That was a big fall. It's a comic book movie. And then the third movie's a disaster because I think they were going to put the Joker into Arkham. I think he was going to break out. I think he was going to break a bunch of villains out, and we were going to get a Rolodex of villain cameos in the third movie. The city was going to be in chaos, and Batman would have to rise to the occasion. And they couldn't do that because, sadly, Heath passed away.
What he did in Iceland.
What he did was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. Give me one good reason to put him in the program, Mom.
I think you just covered them all. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
Hi, I'm Hakan Abrak, Game Director on 007 First Light. I know everyone has been waiting patiently to finally see our game, and that's exactly why we're here today. So without further ado, and on behalf of our talented team, I'm incredibly proud to introduce an extended playthrough of Bond's first mission as a recruit. Please enjoy our gameplay premiere of 007 First Light.
This is a black tag operation. So discretion, ladies and gentlemen, is critical.
There's a lot of artifacting. We're going to have to re-watch this. This looks... Okay, if this is actual gameplay, this looks freaking ridiculous.
Now I could get used to this.
Don't act too impressed, dearest.
Yeah, premieres don't do great on YouTube, so there's a lot of artifacting and compression. We can re-watch this and it'll clean it up.
What could I possibly have to pout about?
Sorry if the assignment doesn't live up to your grand expectations. Someone must watch the perimeter. If 009 slips through our fingers, you're the last line of defense.
Exhilarating. Greenway's testing you, mate. That's all. Don't give him an excuse.
The cap looks good on you, though. Really brings out your cheekbones.
Isn't he on the wrong side of the road? Yeah, where are they? Why are they on the right side of the road? That's not correct for...
Take a left up ahead, James.
Backseat driver.
What's that, darling?
Just a frog in my throat.
Halt!
Is everything in order?
Routine inspection, ma'am. Won't be a moment. All clear. Please proceed.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even see Slovakia on the license plate. You're right. So in Slovakia, do they drive on the right side of the road like that?
You think if I sold a kidney, I could afford to stay for a night?
I think I have. Stayed here, I mean. A wedding back in 22.
Doesn't sound like something you'd forget.
Well, the hen was in Cannes, so we flew in by private jet. It was dark and we've been drinking, so...
Oh, well.
Can.
At least Sheila will be happy.
Private jet.
What?
Nothing. Darling, nothing at all.
What do you make of 009?
He was the best in his day. That was a long time ago. My guess is he's tired of running.
Greenway thinks we're being played.
And since when do you trust Greenway?
I never said I did.
They knew each other, though. That much is clear. Something to do with an operation called Nightfall.
That begs the question. Did 009 pick Greenway out of good faith or bad blood?
Well, we're about to find out.
Some people might think this is boring. I think this is a really great way of setting tone and vibe for a Bond game, though.
With me. James, stay.
Save the world some other time, yeah?
Afternoon. Invitation, please.
Blake and Loretta York. Plus the help.
Welcome to the Grand Carpathian. Parking is right up ahead. Mr. and Mrs. York, enjoy your stay.
Much obliged.
Oh, they will.
Right. We're entering the premises. Team status?
Nash, delivery area. In position. Singh, staff quarters.
Ronson, conference wing.
Kingsley, first floor suites. Bond. Bond.
Parking lot. In position.
Greenway, Grand Hall. Switching off comms as instructed. Keep a low profile and don't let your guards down. 009 most certainly won't. Out.
They've not said what they're showing this on. I think it's a quality mode, though. It didn't look like it was hitting 60. It looked like they've got it running at like a high fidelity 30.
Not exactly the 5-star treatment. Oh, I'm stretching my legs.
Okay.
Bond, reporting suspicious behavior.
009?
No, one of the hotel staff. Strangest looking bellhop I ever saw. He was mishandling luggage.
Are you joking? What are we, the local tourist board?
I guess he had to be there. It was odd. I'm gonna check it out.
You will not. 009 is our only priority. Stay.
Why would you say it was odd? You wouldn't say he threw luggage over a wall. Like, yeah, oh, it was odd. It wasn't. That's all you're going to say? You're not going to give her the details?
They had poor taste, if you ask me, and got what they deserved.
Pardon me? Need to see a man about a bag.
Yeah, got what it deserved.
Missed him.
Afternoon, sir. Staff and press only.
Oh, damn. Forgot my press badge.
You're not the first.
Can I duck through? I need to catch up with that bellhop.
Show me your ID and all's good.
Better go and get my ID then.
If you want to catch your bellhop.
Fair point.
Oh, watch her nearby.
get Gretchen Wong's autograph on my daughter after the game? She dreams of going pro.
What's that?
Well, the triangle, the triangle doesn't mean they're doing this on a PS5. They could literally just be using the controller for the HUD, because that might be something that PlayStation wanted. This could still be on a PC. Oh, it said at the beginning PS5? Okay. I missed that.
What? Let's see. What is... Odd.
The one in the dining hall? Yeah, just a long ago.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to suspend some disbelief here, because they would obviously see what he's doing. It's like broad daylight, and there's a grown man on the side of the building.
Gate crashing a black tie event. Haven't done that since final year.
Like you would see him.
What?
Ken Banks, penetration tester. I need to have a stern word with your manager.
Good to have you on the team.
Okay, let me stop you right there.
Penetration manager.
This guy better be worth it.
Or penetration tester.
Don't mind me, ladies.
Good afternoon, sir. Which room is he in?
Dunno, but he's getting an extra mint on his pillow. That's for sure.
Now, let's see what all the fuss is about. There's Greenway. Hopefully I'm the last thing on his mind. What are you here for?
People are saying, where's the action? I wouldn't have started my state of play this way. I would prefer them really just be, like, presenting an honest picture of what the game's going to be like. I also appreciate a game that just does its thing. Like, they're not in a hurry, right? They're not appealing to short attention spans. They're just, like, letting a scene sit. They're letting moments sit. Like, they're setting ambiance and story. I like a game that'll do that.
How do you do?
Where have I seen him before?
I think he models for Alexander Dugin.
Oh, right.
Now, where do you go?
This is the place. Is it your own concoction?
I can't take credit, I'm afraid. The hotel owner has a huge collection of mixology books from the 20s.
Book collector, huh?
Oh yes, his pride and joy. He's got all sorts of antique books on display about the castle and local history.
Wonder if you could help me.
I'll certainly try, sir.
Did you notice the blonde bellhop who just passed through here?
There's a face you'd pick out in the lineup. Probably one of the pimps. He was asking for the directions to the backstage area.
A chess fiend. I knew it.
I'd stay clear of him.
Just need a quiet word. Nothing dramatic.
Looking for these?
Hold on. Just who the hell are you?
Not now. Eyes on the road. Look out.
That's the car.
It's got too much of a head start. You need to cut some corners.
Careful what you wish for.
Ambulances, watch it.
Look out! Buckle up.
Sheep. You're right. Left, go left.
Brace! There he is.
Yeah, they're going to have to polish this up a little bit. There's a lot going on. They're doing a lot with lighting and reflection, so the performance is a little wonky, a lot of blurring. Some of the structures they drove through didn't even break. But overall, I think they're nailing the tone of a Bond game. You sneak around, now you're rambunctiously chasing. Like this is like how the movies open.
No, we're talking.
Right. Who are you really?
Agent Charlotte Ross. I'm with the DGSE. That's...
French intelligence. James Bond. MI6.
Yes, I figured as much.
What's your interest in 009?
Beckett didn't spend his fugitive years on a golf course, if that's what you think. DGSE has been hunting him for a long time. This is the closest we've ever gotten, and I'm not letting him slip through my fingers now.
Sounds like we have a conflict of interest.
How about we burn that bridge when we get to it?
Fine by me.
There. Pull over.
No sign of 009.
Plenty of his friends, though. I'm not loving the odds.
I've had worse.
Well, in that case. Get down there, draw their fire. I'll flank them. We need to keep that plane on the ground.
Well, what are we waiting for?
There's that English sang-froid. Bonne chance, James.
Looks like I've got a plane to catch.
Go! Grab the lift off now!
You were warned.
You needed a hand. No! Take him down.
Can't stay here. Please leave him.
Right behind you. Grab the hose! Oh, no, you don't! Not without me! Winging it.
Yeah, this sequence really does show you how Uncharted 4 was so ahead of its time. I think this has been great. They obviously have some polish and work to do. Some of the explosions were causing some frame rate issues and stuff, and there's a whole lot of motion blur. I just think they've got the settings and the lighting and stuff just cranked. So obviously you hope for consistent performance in sequences like that because it really, really hurts the experience. So far, this is kind of what I expected, which is like Uncharted meets Hitman.
Ow! Plane's flying dark. It's all up to me. Think. Need a way to force it down. If I could access the flight control system. Let's make some turbulence. Never a dull moment.
Okay, this is a great idea.
Ready to go.
I love this. I love the intersection of like Bond tech and fighting, punching, and getting guns. Like, obviously, performance right now is pretty bad. They're going to have to fix a lot of this. But this is such a cool idea. He's like using, I'm assuming, his watch or something to control the plane while he's fighting. I think that's a cool idea. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Patrick Gibson, and I am honored to announce that I'm playing James Bond in IO Interactive's much-anticipated game, 007 First Light. It's thrilling to be bringing this character to life in the gaming world, and I'm joined by an incredibly talented cast, including Lenny James as Bond's mentor Greenway,
Lenny James!
Priyanka Burford as M, Alistair McKenzie as Q, Kira Lester as Bond's most fervent supporter Moneypenny, and Noemi Nakai as the enigmatic Ms. Robb.
Bond's world is all about what's seen and what's hidden beneath the surface. You've just watched an extended mission playthrough. No commentary, just a raw experience. We hope you liked it just as much as we loved crafting it for you. But there's more than what meets the eye. In this next section, we'll guide you through how it all works. The tools, systems, and choices that shape the gameplay in 007 First Light. Let's take a closer look.
Welcome to the world of James.
Chalky White's actor is not Lenny James. Chalky White's portrayed by Michael Kenneth Williams. Lenny James plays in The Walking Dead.
In this mission, our unseasoned but highly trained Bond must track an assassin through a sophisticated Kensington gala. You'll want to blend in with the crowd while scouting for tactical options. Creating a mental map of available pathways without giving yourself away.
Go to the security room. It's first floor, east wing. Staff offices.
Got it.
Bond must gain access to the upper floors, but some areas are off limits, even for those with a stolen ticket.
Sorry, sir. Can't let you through.
Just looking for the bathroom.
Other side of the bar.
Dialogue from other characters can offer clues to the mission's progression. Listening in on conversations is a useful intelligence tactic, potentially revealing opportunities for an easy breach.
If he doesn't make an appearance in the next 10 minutes, he can watch from down here. Yeah, do that. Rob Minkley, Crux Magazine. And you are?
Rob Minkley. Sorry for the wait.
About time, Mr. Minkley. Your miss gave up on you. Right then, go grab your camera, and I'll take you past security.
Photography can be such a negative experience.
Don't recognize him.
First Light provides multiple pathways for achieving Bond's objective,
Looks you enough.
if he's prepared to get creative.
What?
Three different ways to get the camera. Cool.
All set.
Follow me.
Bond's gamble has paid off.
The balcony should give you an excellent view of the stage.
Sorry, miss, but this man can't go upstairs.
Relax, fellas. He's with me.
You say so.
I read your articles in Frux magazine on rogue AI and cognitive warfare.
Hopefully this is a good time to drop in.
You won't always receive the red carpet treatment. So sometimes, you might have to take the initiative. In these highly volatile stealth situations, it pays to choose caution over direct confrontation, as everyone can be a valuable source of information.
Saunders.
Yeah, if you look at the reflections on the ground, the lighting, the textures, they've got the graphics cranked. So I'm really hoping they can tone it down and get consistent performance, because there's a lot of motion blur and a lot of frame issues in this showcase.
Offer the chance to survey hostile areas.
North exit. That's my way out.
Bond can use the environment to his advantage by choosing from multiple routes, exploiting opponents' positions or security vulnerabilities. Depending on the situation and the odds, Bond can always go with a quick and blunt strategy.
Could have played that a little smoother, James.
He got away with it this time, but they could have called reinforcements. Alternatively, Bond can opt for a more elegant style, using the scan from his watch to highlight options for distraction and misdirection.
What was that? I'll have a quick look.
Who sets the alarm? What is wrong with you?
Your Q gadgets are custom developed to be powered by resources found in the environment, so be sure to stock up when you have the chance. Aside from your signature watch, a gift from Q, you'll have other gadgets in your arsenal. The laser fires a direct beam of energy that can be used offensively against targets, or tactically on environmental weak points,
Take care of that right away.
opening up strategic options to avoid combat or spring traps.
This is sick.
The smoke device confuses and disorients foes, letting you pass through undetected, offering a chance for concealed stealth takedowns. The world of 007 First Light will see Bond face different opponents, some of whom cannot be bluffed or charmed into compliance. Using a dart phone to incapacitate them will give you an opportunity to talk your way out with a charismatic flourish.
First, I asked for Boston's.
Oi, I need to find Saunders. There's a chance the suspect is dressed as security. The bastard could be hiding right under your noses.
Damn. I'll keep an eye out for new faces.
But sometimes,
Cheers.
hard as you may try to stay hidden, a fight is unavoidable.
If he was from MI6...
What? Excuse me? Who are you looking for?
Relax, off-duty museum security.
Don't.
Having been discovered, Bond will need to rely on more than wit and charm to contain the situation. In melee combat against multiple assailants, you'll need to think fast. Combining throws, parries, and direct strikes with environmental takedowns and items.
Simon says don't get up.
Sometimes James will need more than his fists to get out alive.
I'm gonna say something that might sound weird. I'm actually glad they're showing it and it's rough around the edges, because all of the stuff they're showing us will likely get better and be smoother and cleaned up, rather than show me something that's like unbelievable and like, yeah, right, it'll never look like that. Like, this looks honest and real. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not some fake out. I would much rather get something that they can polish, because what they're showing me is great. Like, I love the reality of like him getting in these fights. He's punching, he's throwing, he's having to get out of the way. Like, it feels very much like a James Bond tussle, like, you know, fisticuffs. And I feel like this is a very honest showing of what they've got right now. The game's not coming out till next year. I mean, all the stuff that we're seeing is stuff that's easily fixable and patchable. But we're seeing stuff in this game right now, and games ship like this, and then they fix it later. This is stuff they can fix before it comes out. It's a little bit like chunky, clunky, and blurry. That's all stuff they can polish with time.
Requiring either greater ballistic might or tactical improvisation. To support him in challenging situations, Bond can use his own instincts. This mode will help you focus on your most difficult targets. Whether human or environmental, Bond must be fast, cunning, and uncompromising to prevail in the world of 007 First Light.
Thank you for your visit. We hope to see you again.
Somehow I doubt that.
Yeah, I don't see anything that's bad. I see stuff that needs polish. And to me, if they... Oh, there you go, March. We got a release date. So between now and March, I would say all of that is stuff that they can polish and fix. I'm not concerned in the least. It felt like a very honest showing. It felt like that's literally what they're trying to do with the game. That's what they're trying to ship. And they're not trying to fake me out. I'd rather have you not fake me out and be like, yeah, there's some rough edges that need fixed. We've got frame rate, blurring issues, and some stuttering. That's stuff that ships in games right now, day one. That's all stuff they can fix before March. I mean, that's plenty of time between now and then. So, this won't get fixed much beyond what we're seeing. I don't agree with that at all. History would actually inform your opinion, I think, in the other direction. Usually when they show stuff like this, that's an old build that we're looking at. They had to slice all that footage out from a build, you know, that's stable, that's usually old. Typically, by the time we set eyes on a gameplay reveal, we're 6 months, we're looking at something that's 6 months behind. That's very, very common in gameplay reveals. So I actually don't think history would make me think that, oh, they're not going to have time to fix any of that stuff. More than likely, a lot of that stuff has already been fixed. Because typically in a gameplay reveal, you're looking at an old build. That is a common thing we are told from game developers. So I would say that is exactly what I expected from a 007 game. It's very much Hitman meets Uncharted. I thought the fisticuffs looked good. The shooting looked good. You know, what they're trying to let you do as a player, I think is exactly what I want from a modern James Bond game, and this is a studio that is done good work. I mean, they've done a lot of great things with Hitman recently, and they've done a lot, I think, with increasing value within Hitman for totally free for players. So I would actually trust them to do a good job with this and to fix a lot of those issues. If the game was coming out next month, I'd be concerned, but it's like that's probably a 6-month-old build, which means that puts it, you know, that's a build from like earlier this year. That's March. I mean, that's a year before the game's even going to ship from the date that they probably cut it. I expect more dialogue. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think that there were elements of the dialogue that they showed us, but they obviously said you could do more if you wanted. You know, you could try to charm somebody, try to trick somebody, try to argue with somebody. There's all sorts of options that you could pursue that they didn't necessarily show. That was all shown on the base PS5. Yeah. Do you think Sony has the marketing rights? I have no idea. I would say probably yes, given what they just showed us. Guys, really, really quickly, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Let's try to get to 200 likes. And we are going to... What's today? Yeah, we've done a lot of segments today. I'm not going to be able to do Green Room today. We don't have enough time. It's like 2:40. I tell you what I'm going to do. If you haven't watched it already, I'm going to give you guys a link to my Silk Song video. It's called the Silk Song Effect. The game comes out tomorrow. If you guys haven't watched the video yet, go ahead and click the link in chat. Give it a like and a comment. Tomorrow's going to be a great day. We'll be able to play Silk Song. We will do a talk show before Silk Song. So I appreciate you guys so much. More than likely, there won't be like a review embargo. There won't be like a review roundup to do because the actual game was not sent to anybody early. They didn't want to do that to their backers. They felt like that would have been unfair to their backers. So thanks for a huge day. Again, if you can hear my voice right now, very quickly hit the like button. We only need like 20 more likes. Hit the like button and then click that link in chat. We appreciate you guys so much for supporting all the content, and I will see you tomorrow.